Hi, I'm responding to Madison's argument that it isn't possible for big powers to go to war due to nuclear arms being on rise in today's society, which makes countries and areas more stable and in turn also makes them more peaceful. I disagree. I think having nuclear power could give countries more, especially smaller powers, could give countries more power and confidence to go to war. I also think that it's important to remember that physical war, especially in the 21st century, isn't the only option of like war that we have. Um, I do think the point that Madison made in regards to mutual destruction is true. I don't think it would be necessarily smart in modern society for two big powers to get involved in a physical war. And if we are operating under the assumption that physical war was the only type of war that exists, then I would agree. But due to that not being the case, that is why I'm disagreeing. But speaking also to the point of physical war in the United States and the recent attack on Iran, I think that yes, Iran did not strike back in the same way, but I also think I think a lot of the reason why the attacks didn't continue and there wasn't this constant back and forth was because the rise of the coronavirus. That, in fact, as to Madison's point, every country is dealing with. And I think that because of that, now, because of the coronavirus and every country is dealing with it, that it is currently not a possibility for countries to go to war due to the fact that they are having to recover from the coronavirus. But I think that because it's not currently a possibility doesn't mean that it's never gonna happen. And I think, especially in speaking to the point of physical war, with in 2015 with the United States pulling out of the nuclear deal with Iran, and then Iran in turn saying that they would no longer operate under the terms of the nuclear deal, I think that makes it even greater and puts even more fear on the fact that a physical war could happen. I think that Iran is a smaller power than the United States, but I think that the nuclear arms that they have gives them more strength. And like I said, I think it is if we're operating under the assumption that physical war is the only war that can be had, then yes, again, I think that it would take a while for someone to go to physical war. But I think the main type of war that we should be afraid of, not necessarily afraid of, but that we can be involved in today in modern society, that I think is something that is continuously progressing behind the scenes, is cyber war. And because physical war isn't the only war that is out there, there is economic trade war, there's all types of different wars. I think that cyber war is going to be the main war that we have to keep an eye out for. I think that in regard to nuclear arms being kind of the deter from war, I don't agree with that. And I do think that, yeah, just because the war may not happen today, it may not happen in 2020, it may not even happen in 2021, as because of the coronavirus and countries are doing what they need to do to recover from the strain that the coronavirus has put on their economy. But I think that it's not to say that it will never happen in the future. It's not to say that it's even to say that nuclear arms, to the point to argue that nuclear arms do deter from war. That's physical war. That doesn't talk about the other ways that countries are able to go to war. And that's just to the point that Madison made. But I do as well think that physical war, though it may be, people may be more deterred from it due to the strain that it would put on the country, as well as there is really no benefit of going to physical war in modern day society. I think that there is an ability for physical war to happen as well, and I don't think that nuclear power deters from that. I think it gives even smaller countries, more confidence that they will be able to go to a bigger war, to go to war with a bigger power, if they're able to get, they have nuclear power and then they have allies as well. It will give them more confidence to go to war. So that is my rebuttal. Thank you.